Hello? Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone requesting continuances, if you would line up in that aisle where Jeanette is right now in the blue shirt, those are for any continuances or withdrawals. And again, thank you everybody for signing the appearance forms. I very much appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Here are some agendas. I'll put them on the back table over here. Go, sir.
Thank
Okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, sir.
25th Ward.
Yes. Okay. So you're gonna line up in this side over there, okay? And so you tell them who you are, and then you're gonna state your reasons, and the board will decide. No, you're gonna come over here. Follow me.
Sheila, really like handle something. You want a committee to know.
All right. Is he requesting a continuance, or is he just here for the case?
He's coming.
He's going.
be
Okay.
here. Yeah.
All right. Why
Just-
don't you come with me? Okay. Okay. Come with me. All right. If you would. Oh, I didn't check. Hello, again, everybody, where these gentlemen are standing, this is where you're going to request a continuance. So if you want to line up now, you can, because we'll be starting shortly. And then I need you again. These two gentlemen have some questions. Okay, gentlemen, here you go.
Can I help you? Sure.
No, he's attorney. Name, address, zip code, whoever you want me to send a note, when I can call them. But I just need the zip codes. Yeah. Oh, okay. You can go down there. You see, wait, there was down on top. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. No, it's. You'd like to have a seat? You can. Okay. Did you sign the appearance form? I bet you didn't. Let me maybe help you find that form. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. together, so. Okay, after you're done with that, you can just I'll put it there for the crowd. Yeah. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to call the continuance, so listen carefully. Place your case, because you don't know. Okay, it was, all right, but just in case, so. If it's not, then fine, it's gonna proceed. Okay. Then, wait, and follow it, you're gonna see the act on the screen. So you'll see the act. Okay, we're here. Okay. Perfect, thank you, sir. Thank you. You don't want. Okay, go ahead. Just a reminder, no food, no drinks allowed. Also, when you step down to testify, be careful walking on the floor. There are different levels. Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Wait, hold on. Let me just get going here
Okay.
officially. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the May 15, 2026 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'm Helen Schiller, the acting chair of the ZBA. To establish a quorum, I'm going to poll each commissioner, Commissioner Soto. Oh, well, yeah, I'll do it wrong. Commissioner Soto,
Here.
Commissioner Gianni,
Present.
Commissioner Hobbs.
Present.
Commissioner Staley.
Here.
I'm here. We have a quorum established. I move to approve the minutes from last month's April 17th, 2026 meeting. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes. The minutes are approved. I mean, the minutes are approved. I move to approve the agenda for today's meeting. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni.
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the agenda is approved. Okay, now we'll go to continuances.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're looking at page 6 of the agenda. I'm the applicant for number 6226S, 2034 West Walnut Street, requesting a continuance to deal with some outstanding items, if possible. That continuance to go to the June date rather than the July date, to work with the city to rectify a outstanding driveway permit.
Okay, so this is 6226S, and we'll continue it to July 17th at 9 a.m. call.
Is there a possibility to go into the June date? Is there a June
I
date?
think not, I'm told by the staff.
June's full. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so no further notice will be needed.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Ruben Franco, Policy Director for Alderman Byron Sichko Lopez in the 25th Ward. Speaking today on page 2, item 174-26-S, common address 1745 West 21st Street. We respectfully request this item be deferred so that we can review this with our local zoning advisory board. Spoken to the attorney here. They have no issues, so we would request also for a June set date. Leave it to the board to decide.
Again, July. Okay, so that will be continued to the July 17th meeting, 9 a.m. call.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Good morning, Madam Chairman. I'm here on behalf of Lisa Barron. She's on the top of page 4 of the agenda, case number 185, related to 673 West Wrightwood. She's appealing the decision by the zoning administrator, and we are requesting a continuance to June.
Okay, so I have a question about this. We've not done these before. I mean, as acting chairman, this has not come before us before. Where there's been an appeal of the administrator. So I have some questions. Is the commission, is the zoning administrator here or someone here on his behalf for the staff? Okay, my question is, maybe someone can answer that for me. What is the effect of that on the process that is happening here? And, or is there somebody here who is, well, no, actually, it's the administrator that is being appealed. So I just need to know what that means and have that known what that means in terms of the administrative adjustment that he did. Pardon? Okay, okay. All right, well, can I just have that so we can make a decision?
Can I,
Well, no, I understand. I understand. It does not. I read it. We read it. It does not. Not for it, not for this. Oh, yeah, I understand that part. No, I understand that part. We reread the thing. I was a little concerned. Santa Clara. Yeah. No, I understand, but it's. Well, I don't want them to talk about it. I wanted the zoning administrator to talk about it. He's not here. No, I need it. No. No. I am a people. I'm not. We can go. I needed somebody from. both sides. Okay. Yes.
Kyle Bartlett, Assistant Zoning Administrator. Kyle Bartlett, Assistant Zoning Administrator.
Now go.
Kyle Bartlett, Assistant Zoning Administrator, DPD. I would agree to the continuance for June.
Okay. So this matter will be continued till June 12th, 9 a.m. call. So
May I be heard?
not, actually, no, because the rules require us to just deal with the issue of the continuance and and that in this instance, as I understand it, the applicant is the appeal is the city of Chicago, the zoning administrator. And this zoning administrator it's his decision that's being appealed. So the two parties in this instance are the zoning administrator and the person, the applicant of the person making the appeal. And so until we have it before us, it's not proper for us to get into the subject matter of the appeal, and we'll be doing that at the next meeting.
What I have to say is,
Sir,
No,
we can't hear
I
you.
can't
We,
do- I've been-
because you're not a party of the, direct party of the appeal, we cannot hear what's, anything beyond the substance of the continuance.
My concern was that I needed to hear from the administrator zoning administrator their position on this, since the two parties that are involved specifically in this instance are them. At the hearing, and so that was resolved with the deputy zoning administrator responding, but we have put it on the earlier meeting, the next meeting we're having, which is in June, and it is a week earlier than usual this year. So it's a shorter timeline, and we will definitely be hearing it there. We will not take any further continuances on this matter, but the matter will be heard at the June 12th, 9 a.m. call. Are there any other? Okay. Let me just make a motion here that we have approved continuance of matter 185, what is it? 26S to June, well, 26A, sorry, to June 12th at the 9 a.m. call, and for continuances 124-26-S and 62-26S to July 17th, 9 a.m. call. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Bailey?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the continuances are approved. Okay. Yeah,
First case, 16926S, 7055 West Higgins.
yeah, I know. Counselor, oh wait, first let me just have the applicant and all of the witnesses, please raise your right hand. And do you swear that your testimony today before us will be true and correct?
Yes.
And the applicant, do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. And Counselor, can you introduce your applicant and witnesses and then give us a brief overview?
Sure. From a procedural standpoint, Chair, I did see that somebody had signed up that was against, so I know normally we bring them down, so you might want.
Where did I
Vic-
hear? I don't have anything here.
There was somebody that I saw sign up against it, so normally don't we bring them? down?
Did you, as a interested party?
No, public comment.
Come on up.
I just-
Thank you.
Proceed.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is for public comment, Victor? Okay, carry on.
Sorry. Thank you.
Introduce your folks first.
Sure. Thank you, Chair. My name is Patrick Thompson. I'm the attorney for the applicant, Sarak Ergun, who is with Sarak Ergun Properties to my right. And then we also have our expert witness, Toby Sorensen, and our architect, Sam Mortarino. Before we start our presentation, I just want to confirm that you're aware that the Department of Planning has reviewed the application and has provided us a letter of recommendation. You want to make sure you, okay, so you have it. All right, the applicant is proposing to establish a hookah lounge at the subject property, which is a freestanding one-story vacant commercial building. The subject property is located at the southeast corner of West Higgins and North Montclair. Mr. Ergun and his brother are the principals in the applicant and have over 30 years of experience in the service and hospitality industry. Mr. Ergun either operates or has operated restaurants, cafes, hookah lounge, hotel services and bars. As I mentioned, the subject property has been vacant for an extended period of time, and the proposed use will remedy an otherwise vacant storefront along Higgins. The subject property, all of the activities of the hookah bar will take place indoors. It will generate taxes, both increased property taxes as well as sales taxes. At this time, I would like to call my first witness, Toby Sorensen, president of CASE.
I would actually see if we have questions here.
Okay.
Here, and then maybe perhaps we have received some letters, and then we have the one public comment. I almost like to be able to hear that, if that's okay. Get our questions answered first, hear that, and then let you be responsive to that, because we've all read all the
Okay.
materials.
I
That's
had
okay.
one other comment. I know that I've spoken to the alderman. He did send a letter to the board. I subsequently talked to him and let him know he had a concern about the hours of operation, because it was recommended that we be 2 p.m. till 2 a.m. And my client, trying to be a good neighbor and businessman, has agreed to close at midnight. So that was one caveat that was an update.
That was one of my questions.
And we'll
Thank
wait
you.
to hear questions.
Okay. So that would be different than what's already on here. And actually, before we do get into the questions, let me just ask let me read the recommendations, clarify this change, and have you on record that you agree with it. So the Department of Planning recommends approval, provided, 1, the special use is issued solely to the applicant. 2, the development is consistent with the design and layout of plans and drawings dated April 29, 2026, prepared by IPSA Corp. 3, the applicant submits a final site plan, including a masonry trash enclosure, in accordance with all applicable subsections of the zoning ordinance, for review by the Department of Planning and Development prior to the issuance of any building permits. 4, the hookah bar operates under the proposed hours of 2 p.m., and now we're saying midnight.
Correct.
Daily, and there will be no BYOB.
No.
Okay, do you agree to these requirements?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions of anyone here before we hear from the public comment? And then
So the plan is to be open 7 days a week?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are going to go to public comment. Sir, if you could, you'll have 2 minutes,
Okay.
and if you could state your name and address.
Sure. My name is Timothy Ottenfeld. I live within 400 feet of this location. The location has not been empty for a long time. It was a uniform store, in the very recent past. I have solicited from my neighbors, so this is not just me, that a lot of young children on it, again, right behind this place. So the concerns are, this proposed use sits immediately adjacent to stable single-family homes, both on Montclair and on Higgins. The Hookah Lounge is fundamentally a late evening gathering place. I'm happy to hear it's only midnight if it does get approved. But it's a place where you're going to see patterns of people potentially hanging out and just hanging around. And that's people cut to the highway to get to the highway at Harlem and Higgins down Montclair. So it's already a very busy corner at prime times, afternoon. So that's just going to make that even worse, with noise, cars, exterior congestion, rideshare traffic. Parking spillover. We are permit parking on Montclair and all the streets adjacent there because our proximity to the blue line on Harlem. So again, we're concerned with that. There's existing concentration of bars and restaurants there. One street over on Neva, there's Teasers, which is a 5 o'clock bar. And so they park in front of our house. There's fights on Neva. There's fights on Montclair. Not saying there's going to be fights, but again, when you increase that, there's other bars and restaurants just a little bit, a block or two further down Higgins. So again, these are all concerns that we have about bringing this business in. And there's also within a half a mile, there's a hookah lounge already on Harlem. That's less than a half a mile. And then there's another hookah place a little bit further down Harlem. So again, all for business, but that's not a great location. Thank you.
Carry on.
Thank you, Chair. One of the points I wanted to make was in terms of the congestion, and my client can speak to this as well. This is a reservation only, so you have to call in advance to reserve a booth. It's similar, as I equate it to a cigar bar, which I frequent. So it's similar, in that they'll serve typically about 30 patrons. They could probably host about 50, so it's not a very dense, it's not like restaurants and bars where there's a lot of turnover. Sirach, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes. First of all, hi, thank you, neighbor, for coming. Appreciate it. I just want to state this, that we are going to work only with reservation, and we are not going to have more than 30 people inside. And we are not going to have any alcohol, and we don't own any BYOB into the place. And we are going to do a high-end hookah lounge where the people, they could sit, relax, and just social in there. And we are not going to open after midnight. So that's the main thing, I think. And we are not going to, that's our plan, to not having a large crowd. And I mean, has a party inside, it will be more like individual. So that's all I want to say regarding this, and thank you.
Do you have anything else, Counselor? Anything? Okay, well, in that case, I will, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yeah.
Commissioner Staley,
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved. I would just suggest to you that if you're concerned about the permit parking not being enforced, it may be that you request, especially on the times that it's really problematic, because once they do issue a lot of tickets, if it's a recurring, if the problem is with the people that have been coming and recurring, they'll probably stop because the tickets, they'll have to pay the tickets. But I would also just follow up with your alderman, who obviously is really concerned and about this, and about these concerns raised by his constituents, because it seems like there may be some other things that you've brought up that he might be able to work with you on, in the community on. And in this case, so I would just, in terms of the standards that we have and the criteria we follow, we voted accordingly here today, but thank you very much for your input. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next case, 17026S, 12050 through 54 South Doty Avenue. Yes.
This is, I'm changed it on here just for. We don't forget. This is agenda.
Bill action.
Hello, good morning. Okay, so we're on this one. All right. Counselor?
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Francis Ostian. I am the attorney for the applicant SDJ Hospitality LLC. The applicant
Okay,
seeks.
hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Before we proceed, I just needed to identify who you were. Sorry. Can I have the applicant and any of the witnesses please raise your right hand? Do you swear that any testimony before us today will be true and correct?
Yes.
And the applicant? Applicant, do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And, I guess we'll do this later like we did before. So carry on, Counselor. And can you please introduce your witnesses and your applicant and then give us a brief overview?
Yes, Chair. To my left is Asa Powell. He is an authorized representative of SDJ Hospitality LLC. And to my right is Mike Wolin. He is our expert witness. Mr. Wolin has prepared an expert report that is part of the record. The applicant seeks a special use to establish an adult use, specifically an adult entertainment cabaret in the subject site building. It is my understanding, respectfully stated, that the zoning staff recommends approval subject to certain conditions. And with respect to those conditions, the applicant has reviewed those conditions, agrees with those conditions, and will comply with those conditions. And with that, we open up the matter to any questions that this honorable board has.
Okay, so before we do that, to the applicant again, have you read the conditions that your attorney just referred to?
Yes.
And do you agree that do you agree to carry them out?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All right, I move that we approve this that this matter be approved. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Bailey?
Yes.
Commissioner-
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you very much, Your Honors.
Going slightly out of order. Next two cases, 17226S and 17326S, 5526 North Broadway.
So this is 41st.
Yeah, this should be. This should- All right,
This is,
you're on time. Okay. This is. Morning.
good morning.
Could I have the applicant and witnesses please raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony today before us will be true and correct?
I do.
And the applicant, do you swear that your application is submitted continues to be true and correct? Okay, so Counselor, can you introduce your witness and applicant and then give us a brief overview?
Excuse me, yet?
And then give us a brief overview, and I want to acknowledge that the Alderman is here, and we will hear from her when you're done.
Great. Thank you. I am Tom Pekarsky of the law firm of Gordon and Pekarsky. And joining me is the applicant and owner, Radha Vanugopal, and the project architect with C3D Architects, Chris Nikolai. We're before you seeking two special use requests for the property commonly known as 5526 North Broadway. The first request is to establish a residential use below the second floor in a B35 zoning district. Specifically, Ms. Vanugopal seeks to create a new residential unit in the existing basement space of this century-old building. The second request is to expand the existing ground floor residential unit. This expansion will be done by replacing and enclosing a two-story rear porch. A previous porch of similar dimensions was damaged in a recent fire. This is an excellent location for residential uses below the second floor. The character of the block already has mixed uses on the ground floor with three other buildings at 5532, 5532, 5213, and 5521 as ground floor residential uses. In addition to the present site, which is a legal ground floor residential use as well and can continue to operate as such. Further, the community recently undertook a coordinated effort to increase residential along Broadway in the area with a large-scale zoning amendment, so this is meeting expressed desires of the community. The site is accessible by both bus and train transportation, so it does promote pedestrian safety, and at the same time, it has quick auto access to Lakeshore Drive. Since the building is over a century old and always been residential, it has defined the character of the neighborhood in both style and operation for a very long time. Then we have discussed with the community and have had their support. We have discussed it with the Department of Planning, who has issued its support in the form of a letter, I believe, that is present for the chair. And Alderwoman Mana Hoppenworth is here today to speak to the application as well. And for these reasons, we would ask the board to vote its approval of our two special use applications.
Okay, to the applicant, have you, no, you're not here to swear. Have you had an opportunity to read read the recommendations from the Department of Planning and Development? And do you agree with the conditions on each of them? Yes. Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry, but I need you to, I need you to swear in. I should have included you before. Do you swear that your testimony today before us will be true and correct? Thank you. And did you have anything you wanted to add to the?
I wanted to, hello, commissioners. Good afternoon. I wanted to come to express my gratitude for the applicant to have an effort to keep this building on Broadway, which truly adds to the character. It steps away from so many amenities, including our Sen High School, our Red Line, the Broadway Armory, and I look forward to having this pass. I fully support the use to add more, especially family size units to our ward.
Any questions, any comments? Okay, so I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Staying out of order. Next case, 17526S, 4045 North Damon.
Sorry, I clicked. Yeah. Oh. Morning.
Good morning.
So can I have the applicant, can you just actually just state your name and address?
Yes,
first?
name's Lauren Coletto, address 1349 West Wolfram, apartment 1, Chicago 60657.
Okay, and do you swear that your testimony before us will be true and correct?
Yes,
And do you swear that the application is submitted continues to be true and correct?
yes.
And just for the record, there is a recommendation from the Department of Planning. No additional suggestions for that. Are there any, Commissioner Staley?
Could you share if you, are you licensed to
Beauty services? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist for over 15 years. Yeah.
Amazing. And then how many staff do you plan on having at the site?
Initially, maybe 3 employees. I have room for 6. I would have room for 6 stations and 4 shampoo bowls. So maybe up to 6 stylists working at a time.
And can you confirm that anyone that you hire who'd be performing these services that require any licenses would be licensed as necessary?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then what are the hours of your salon?
I'm thinking, well, it will be typically Monday through Friday, 9 to 9, and Saturdays, Sundays, 9 to 5, maybe adjusted on client demand, more or less.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, anything else? I move that this matter be approved. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni.
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Staying out of order. 17626S, 939 West Grace.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you, I assume you're the applicant?
I am.
Can you just state your name and address?
Yeah, Austin Sanchez, 3315 West Irving Park Road, Chicago.
Okay, and can you raise your right hand and swear that your testimony before us will be true and correct? Okay. And do you swear that the application is submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. For the record, Nick Fatikas from the Law Offices of Sam Banks. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, Bark and Bougie Grounds LLC. As you know, Mr. Sanchez, the managing member of the LLC, is with me today. The applicant is a lease for the retail unit at 939 West Grace Street, and he's proposing to establish an animal care facility in that space. What's actually interesting about this proposal is that the applicant, through a separate entity, operates an animal grooming business in the neighboring retail unit at 941 West Grace Street. The grooming business is almost entirely supported by local residents, and when the subject unit became available, the applicant saw it as an opportunity to offer the doggy daycare and limited overnight boarding to kind of complement the existing operations. And again, we call it doggy daycare, but it falls under the larger animal care kennel use category in the zoning ordinance, and a special use is required. I would also point out that we have worked with Alderman Lawson's office on the proposal, well aware, and I believe we even have a resident available to speak in support.
Okay, are there any questions by anybody? And we do have the letter of recommendation from the Department of Planning. There's a number of requirements that go along with that recommendation. Have you had an opportunity to read all of these, and do you agree to them all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And you are a public comment, correct?
Yes.
Would you please state your name and address?
Good morning, distinguished board. My name is Joseph Weber, and I live at 3755 North Wilton Avenue, which is just around the corner from this location. I've lived there for 26 years, so know the neighborhood quite well. And I just want to give my comments on my full support of this. It's a very dog-friendly neighborhood with a lot of dog owners, and I think this is a business that could be very well used by the neighborhood. The storefront has been vacant now, I believe, for over a decade, and it just makes a lot more sense to me to have a business there that the neighborhood will and can use. And one last thing I'd like to say, which is more of an aside, maybe not completely relevant to this, but speaks to the proprietors of this location. Before this grooming shop opened, I have a 72-pound husky who just hates to be bathed. And the prior groomer we went to, if we ever happened to just be walking by, he would be directing me away from the door. He did not want to go in there. But because I've started using their grooming services, and because this is just around the corner, we walk by there all the time. And the dog now actually starts heading towards the door to go in and see them. So the people that run this location obviously are very good with dogs, and I fully support, and I will continue to use their businesses. So please allow this business to come here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Seeing no other questions, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Going back to page 1, case 17126S, 920 East 43rd.
Yes,
I was just going to ask about that. Yeah, good. Morning. Yeah.
morning. Lena.
Where should they be?
Oh, Lena.
Yeah.
I think we need you. Are they part of the? Okay, never mind. It's probably best if you actually, we're not, because we're going to have some more. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I first start with the applicant and the witness? Please raise your right hand. And do you testify do you swear that the testimony before us today will be true and correct? And do you swear that do you swear that the application is submitted continues to be true and correct? Okay. And Counselor, good morning.
Good morning. How are
Can
you?
you introduce your applicant and witness and give us a very brief overview?
Sure, certainly. First of all, my name is Tamara Walker. Good morning to Chair and to the rest of the board. This is Cynthia Jones. She is the applicant before you, and we also have before us Kareem Musawir, who is the zoning expert. We have 4 supporters by the name of Sean Mabry, Yvette Ward, Tracy Strickland, and forgive me if I butcher this, Talia Burns.
Okay, and you want to give us a brief overview?
Certainly. So I'm here representing, as I stated, Cynthia Jones, doing business as Preeminent Salon. That's for a property located, as you see, at 920 East 43rd Street. It's in a B3.3-3, community shopping district. The subject property encompasses a total of 16,025 square feet, features an existing brick 4-story mixed-use building with on-site off-street parking reserved for residential use that's located above the first floor. The proposed salon would be situated within a 1,604 square foot commercial unit, which would be located at Unit 102, that's on the first floor of the structure. The proposed 1,600 square feet subject site located in this B3 zoning classification does not meet the 10,000 square foot threshold for the parking requirements. However, I'd like to point out that the property is in a transit-served location due to its proximity to public transportation. In fact, it's only 223 feet from the 43rd Street Lake Park CTA bus stop, and which is located at the intersection of 43rd and Drexel. So this is convenient access to public transit and it enhances the accessibility of the proposed salon for everyone involved. There are also some dedicated parking spaces that the landlord has been able to allow Ms. Jones to use for the business.
Counselor, brief.
Yeah, well, okay.
I mean, this is a, huh?
I was just gonna say, we've reviewed the entirety of the application.
Okay,
so,
certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there-
so I think maybe what we'll do, let me just have the commissioners who may have questions answer your question.
Sure, that's what I was gonna
And then,
suggest.
yeah, and then we'll hear, everything is public comment. When we have the alderman is here, so we'll hear from the alderman, we'll hear from the public comment, but then we will give you an opportunity to be able to respond to all of that, anything that you feel that you need to clarify or improve on. Is
No
that okay?
problem.
Okay, so Commissioner.
I just want to confirm that you're licensed for any services that require licensure by the state of Illinois. And then how many staff do you plan on having?
I have room for 6, but right now I have 4 lined up.
Okay, so you'll scale to 6 at some point if that's necessary. And do you confirm that everyone that you'll hire will have the necessary licenses and certifications as required?
Yes.
What are the planned hours for the salon?
I'm closed on Sundays and Mondays. I'll operate Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. Saturdays, 8 a.m. till about 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. I think that is all. I think that's all I need. Thank you.
Okay, so Alderman Robinson, I forget. Did you raise your hand when I swore everybody? Okay, you swear that your testimony before us will be true and correct.
Yes,
So you're on.
great, thank you. Good morning. As a small business owner, it is important that we work with business owners to open their businesses and be successful. Where Ms. Jones is operating is next to my ward office at 928 East 43rd Street. On February 27th, Investigator Cody had spoken with Ms. Jones, who is here today, He informed Ms. Jones that she could not operate without a special use approval. Ms. Jones came to see me on March 19th, which is my ward night, and I told Ms. Jones that I would work with her to get licensed, but she could not operate. Let me repeat. Ms. Jones came to see me. I told Ms. Jones she could not operate while she was going through the zoning process. On March 21st, the salon was observed, or Ms. Jones was observed, still operating in the business. Many of her clients came to my ward office looking for Ms. Jones. Many of her clients came to my office looking for Ms. Jones. So that meant Ms. Jones was still operating. The issue that I have is that I wanted to work with Ms. Jones. I understand that our processes to get licensed can be archaic. People might not understand. And as the alderman of the 4th Ward, I want to work with all businesses, but I need to make sure they're legitimate. And I need to make sure they follow the law. So I am opposed because I sat down with Ms. Jones. I told her I would work with her. And unfortunately, she did not follow not only my instructions, she didn't follow the law. And unfortunately, I'm opposed to her going into this business. Thank you very much.
Counselor, do you have a rebuttal?
Yes, there are a few points that I'd like to address here. So at the time that the alderman is speaking about, Ms. Jones was in the process of transitioning to a temporary space. She is a mother of a 3-year-old. She is, as you see, a Black female business owner. So she was doing the best that she could. As far as her clients coming to the alderman's office, obviously she would have no control over that. They were familiar with she would being at a location nearby. I don't know what her system was to update everyone, but if you have a number of clients, it can be difficult to get the word out to everyone that there's a change in location. What I have here is receipts, communications about my client actually obtaining a lease at Sola Salons. And I know that the alderman spoke very specifically about the timing, but I have here that Ms. Jones sought a lease with Sola Salons to be able to operate from there as early as March 15th. She actually had been in communication with them prior. She has been paying $710 is it per week or every other week? Per week. Per week. $710 per week to operate lawfully so that she can continue to service her clients and not completely lose the business she spent over 15 years establishing. So we have here the communications about when she was in communication with Sola Salons to be able to operate, as well as the proof of payment for that rental. We also have a tremendous amount of community support. We have submitted several letters, and we also have 4 ladies who are here to speak up as to the character of Ms. Jones as a business owner and as someone they've gotten to know professionally throughout the years. So we would submit that as far as the alderman's concerned about operation, certainly there was a period, and we can see there was a period where she was transitioning. She wasn't quite sure what to do. Oh, here, these are just some of the letters. She wasn't quite sure what to do. So in the meantime, as you see from the communication, it was actually the initial communication as reflected in the text messages was actually prior to Ms. Jones going to Alderman Robinson at ward night on March 19th. The initial communication, as we see reflected, and there was communication prior to that, but the leasing application was solidified in the text message on March 15th, 4 days before she went to speak. Now, I will also say that I've personally spoken with the investigators who've been to the site. We've spoken more than once. There have been some level of misunderstandings here as well that needs to be pointed out to the board. So one of the incidents was Ms. Jones was hosting some family members. One of her nieces was having a prom send-off. So it was an understanding that she was operational when really she was just using the space to host family. So I think that some of what may have happened here may be a level of misunderstanding. I would also point out, because I know that the alderman's letter pointed to other services nearby, The only other existing service location is a male spa. They do not service women. It is not the same use. Ms. Jones is a beautician who services primarily women and also nail services for primarily women. So there are not conflicting businesses located nearby. I would also point out, as far as the parking situation, as I stated, Ms. Jones' landlord has agreed, and I have this email as well, to have off-street parking available. Now, as she stated, right now, there's only a couple of stylists who are there. She is the only full-time stylist who will be working at the location. The other stylists that are currently out of her business are there part-time. So there is never more than a few people at a time who would be at the business. And again, I have the email from the landlord and management company stating that there will be dedicated off-street parking for Ms. Jones' use if she were to be granted this approval. In addition, parking the services. The other concern was about noise and hours. As I've stated, Ms. Jones has a 3-year-old, so that automatically limits her availability to be conducting late night hours or anything of the sort. As she stated, her business hours would end at 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday through Friday. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to about 3 p.m. So I would submit, again, as the board is well aware, that she has received an approval memo from the Department of Planning, and that respectfully, while we certainly can understand the alderman's frustration with what he viewed as the situation, he just simply didn't have enough information to understand the totality. And the fact is, she was very diligent. Prior to even going to see the alderman, as I stated and as reflected in the communication, she was setting up a lease at another location. It's extremely expensive. So we would also submit that it would be a substantial hardship for her to continue to have to pay such an exorbitant amount in order to be able to operate her business.
I do have 2 questions. One, I'm wondering, is this your first time independently operating a salon?
No, this will be my 3rd location. I started out in 2020 at 2240 South Michigan. I stayed there for about 2 years. And then I moved across the street to 2251 South Michigan, and I was there for about 3 years.
Okay. And then for this particular location on 43rd Street, when did you start operating there? So how long were you operating there?
I started there in October of 2025.
Okay. And was there any specific reason why you did not initially go through the zoning process?
I did. I was initially denied zoning because they said the address didn't exist, because it's one building, but my suite has a different location. So I guess with the board looking for it, they couldn't find 920. And then once I got that situated, I realized that I need a special use license. And that's when I contacted Tamara for assistance with that. And that was in January. Was it January?
It was later than that, like February.
February.
But I also want to point out, there is one thing that your question raises. So when Ms. Jones was contemplating renting the space, the landlord represented to her that everything was on the way that it needed to be. She could move in and start operating her business. And then it was after that that she determined that it wasn't accurate information.
So
just-
the location that triggered the need for the special use is that one location you mentioned that's a
The
male.
male grooming spa.
male
That is
grooming
correct.
spa. Okay, thank you.
So just to confirm, then, when you found out that you did require a special use for this particular location, is it your testimony that you ceased operations in the instance that the alderman is testifying, or is
I
testifying?
stopped once, I think Officer Cody came.
So it was when the inspector
Inspector.
came. Okay.
Let me know that I had to stop use.
So at that point, it's your testimony that there were no operations
No.
happening at that site.
No, it was maybe about a week or so. I was looking for a new location, and that's when I found Sola Salons on 35th Street.
Okay, and so, and then the instance that you believe that the alderman is referring to was your niece, your niece, I believe.
I think the office got complaints that they still heard music or talking. And I mean, I still rent the location, so I do go in there often. This new spot that I located at, it's really small. So we still have to go in and get supplies and product. And so we do go in and out often. But as far as operating and styling clients, it's been on 35th since March, like 15th.
Okay.
And I met with him after. I met with him March 19th.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take this matter under advisement.
Can I also submit the email as proof of the off-street parking?
Sure. So what that means, just because we've kind of changed the rules a little bit here, is that we will be, when we, at the end of, when we finish hearing all of the cases during the morning session, all the matters in the morning session, we will then go into executive session and review this particular case and, or any other cases that we take under advisement. And so you will know what the result is after that, when we come back. When we come back out of executive session.
That's what I was
Oh, yeah, you're right.
refer to.
Exactly. We have public comments here. Who is here for public comment? Okay. Okay, so you, can you state your name and address
My name is Sean Mabry.
and your address, and you
Okay.
will have 2 minutes.
All right, so I live at 1918 North Newland in Chicago. I've known Cynthia for 4 years. I'm a professional. Every time I go to her, she has professional clients, one of which is Yvette. Cynthia runs a tight ship, and she's more than a hairstylist. Cynthia is a pillar of the community. It is a very unfortunate thing that there's a misunderstanding, and it would be devastation and loss should she lose this spot. But I am a person that I don't frequent spots that are loud music, shenanigans, or anything like that. I'm a professional within my job. And so I love coming to that space. And I just want to, show support that every time that I come, and I come weekly, and every client there is upstanding. There's no shenanigans going on there. So I just wanted that to be heard.
Anyone else? Public comment?
Good morning. My name is Yvette Davis. I live at 7319 South Whipple, which is on the southwest side. I have traveled for many years to frequent Cynthia for services to do my hair. And in addition to that, she feels more like a daughter to me than just a stylist. I have followed her everywhere she has gone over these years, and including the small space that she is in right now, which isn't her usual standard, but I would always be supportive of her and her endeavors. She is an upstanding young woman with a bachelor's degree who chose to go into business rather than being a social worker like I am. So I say all that to say I have a lot of pride in the way that she carries herself, the way that she runs her business, and would very strongly recommend that she continue to operate out of the space on East 43rd Street, which is a beautiful, beautiful space and really feels like respite going there. So thank you.
And did you, yes, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Tracy Strickland. I've been working with Cynthia. I do the cleaning of the space to make sure the integrity of the space is intact. Not only that I clean inside, I clean outside around the building when I see paper. And I can see how he may feel like Cynthia's still operating. If you have clientele, it's impossible to reach out to each individual. So I can see how he thinks that she's still operating. But Cynthia, if she lose, that'd be a great loss. I'm just asking you to consider her and establish that she running.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, then we'll take this matter under advisement. And thank you very much
you.
for all of your testimonies.
Staying out of order, next case, 17926S, 6700 South Jeffrey.
I know we took the others out.
Oh.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay, can I have the applicant and witnesses raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony before us today will be true and correct? And and for the applicant, do you swear that who's the applicant?
Yes.
Do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Counselor, would you introduce your witnesses and your applicant and give us a brief, underlined brief overview?
Absolutely. Again, my name is Nick Fatikas. Here with me today on behalf of the applicant is Manoj Jose, our project architect Rizwan Hussein, our land planning consultant Kareem Musawer, and then our traffic engineer Lynn Means. Chair, I can do a quick overview. The subject property at 6700 South Jeffrey Boulevard is zoned B3-5, and it's improved with a gas station and retail convenience store. The existing station and existing building improvements were all permitted consistent with a 2016 special use and variation approval. The issue is that the driveway design for the Jeffrey Boulevard side of the property conflicted with a CTA bus stop. So in working, and this is over 2.5 years that my office has been involved, in working with the CTA, we found a solution that essentially moves the single driveway on Jeffrey approximately 40 feet to the north to provide sufficient spacing between the bus stop and the actual driveway curb. Everything else about the existing structure, the existing gas station operations is staying the same. It's already there. This is really just call it a compliance or a new design for the driveway to solve an issue the original design had. We did kind of come in, there's a lawsuit with the city, as we explained, regarding compliance with the original 2016 ZBA approval. We can't do that because of the conflict with the CTA. So we have hired a traffic engineer. Ms. Lynn Means is here to talk that it's a safe. She provided a safe solution. She provided a report. And then the rest of our team is available to answer questions if there are any.
Any questions? Was there anyone else who wanted to comment? Did you want to-
Alderman, maybe?
Can you, I guess, did you raise your hand?
I
when
did,
was-
not yet.
Would you, do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and correct?
Yes.
Can you just introduce yourself?
Yes, Alderman Desmond Yancey, Fifth Ward. This project is just a couple of blocks away from my home, so I'm super familiar with it. And actually, this project predates my time in office, so I'm glad that we have finally landed in a place where we can have safe passage for people who are taking the bus right there on that corner.
Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, anything else? Anyone else? All right. I move that we adopt this, what? Yes. I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Phew.
Going back to regular order. Case 177-26S, 1630 West Ohio Street.
He's gonna ask if you saw.
Victor.
Condition, the condition is that.
Good morning. Let me, the applicant and witnesses, raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony before us today will be true and correct?
Yes.
And for the applicant, do you swear that the application submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Counselor, introduce your folks and give us a really brief overview.
Absolutely. So again, Nick Fatikas for the record. Here with me today on behalf of the applicant is Laura Sommerfeld. We also have our project architect, Mark Armstetter, and our MAI appraiser, Terry O'Brien. This case, Chairman, involves the reestablishment of a surface parking lot under the Ohio feeder ramp. The common address of the property is 416 through 430 West Ohio Street. It's a 27,447 square foot lot. And actually dating back to the, I believe, 2010s, it was licensed and used as a surface parking space or surface parking lot. The prior operator ceased operating during COVID, and then it was actually used as a staging area for some of the work that's currently going on the Ohio feeder ramp. But now that IDOT has vacated that space, we're coming in to reestablish the license. So we're essentially retrofitting a total of 68 off-street surface parking spaces under the Ohio feeder ramp. This is a DX7 zoning district, so a special use is required. And I believe we have a letter of, or a recommendation from zoning in support of the special use.
We do. I have a few questions and I'll go to that. So just for clarity, so this property is owned by the Illinois Department of Transportation
Yes, it is.
and and it's going to be returned to as a surface parking lot for whom? The public or for?
It's public. So this is one of the, if you use any of the parking apps like Spot Hero or Park Whiz, and there's a few other variables, those are the ones that are used to rent these spaces on a short-term or overnight basis. It just depends on the app and the availability.
So the parking entity is entered into a contract with IDOT.
Leasing the
to be able-
space.
leasing-
So
and they're
then,
Leasing it and they're paying
Right.
whatever they're paying.
so she maintains the insurance, she maintains the business license.
So there's some
Exactly.
revenue to the state and there's definitely revenue, obviously, to the
Yes.
operator.
On
Okay.
both rent, lease rent, and then also the tax for parking.
Right, okay, thank you. Just needed to clarify that. Anyone else?
Typo in my report.
Okay,
It's not 70 parking spaces, it's 68. They redrafted,
Okay.
redesigned
okay,
from what I originally did my report.
Yeah, and that was just an accommodation in staff review of the plan set. There were a few landscaping adjustments that we made that ultimately reduced the total. I think the parking spaces originally were in the high 70s. They weren't all code compliant. So this is an opportunity to bring those
Okay.
all into compliance. So Mr. O'Brien's right, it's 68 code compliant parking spaces.
okay. And for the applicant, there's a recommendation from the Department of Planning that we'll include in the record. But there is the application, I mean, the recommendation is provided that this is solely to the applicant, so that if CDOT were to change, they'd have to come back before us again. Is that
If
correct?
the operator changes, a new
Okay.
process would happen.
All right, well, thank you. Do you agree with with these recommendations as stated and take care of that? Okay, thank you. Anyone else? I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Staying out of regular order, page 5, case number 19226S, 1355 West Devon.
Appreciate you being with us.
Thought you might have something else. Morning.
Morning.
Can I have the applicant and witnesses raise your right hand? Do you swear and Alderman, if you're going to, just, yeah. Do you swear that the testimony before us today will be true and correct? And for the applicant, do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Counselor, can you introduce your witnesses and give us a very brief overview?
Sure.
Thank you.
Again, Madam Chairperson, for the record, Fred Augustin. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, 1355 Devon LLC. Applicant leases the commercial space on the first floor of the existing mixed-use building located at the property. Space contains around 2,000 square feet. The applicant seeks to establish a liquor store within the commercial space. Subject property zoned is B32, and under the B32 district, a special use is required for a liquor store. Here with me this morning are two witnesses on behalf of the applicant, Nick Patel, and our MAI designated appraiser, Liam Ryan. Madam Chairperson, if I could just make a few points, summarize. Mr. Patel currently operates a liquor store at 1410 West Devon, which is around 250 feet from the proposed location. He's planning on relocating that store to this location. So we're not adding another liquor store. He's already in the neighborhood. Hours of operation for the liquor store is 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., which are the same hours of his current location. He'll also have 4 to 6 employees working at the relocated store. We have presented before the Edgewater Chamber of Commerce. They are in support. And just so if I could make a point, his current location right now is in the 49th Ward, which is the neighboring ward. Mr. Patel has a good reputation in the neighborhood. Alderwoman Haddon actually provided a letter of support for the relocation, so it should be in that packet. But with that, we're here to answer any questions. Again, we're not adding a liquor store. We're just simply relocating from his current location.
Brian?
Good morning, Commissioners. Alderwoman Lenny Manow Hoppenworth. I want to thank the applicant for coming to the ward office, for speaking with the chamber, for also for the owner of the building for being here. And I'm glad that we could come to this point where we're going to fill a commercial space on Devon. And as was said earlier, the reputation of the business precedes them. We look forward to welcoming you to the 48th Ward. Thank you for your consideration.
So I think that we have some public testimony. Is that both of you? Okay, so you'll have 2 minutes, and please state your name and address.
My name is Robert Rubenstein. I live a half a block down from the proposed liquor store, and we really like Hans Liquors. They've been a great fixture in the neighborhood. We did not understand that they were just going to relocate. We thought that it was going to be an additional liquor store. So with that in mind, we have no objection.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. So are there any other questions, comments? In that case, I move that this matter be approved. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Copacetic here. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There's a recommendation from the Department of Planning. It has, includes a few items of requirement regarding the design and layout. Have you had, as an applicant, have you had an opportunity to review this? The Department of Planning's letter?
Yes.
And do you agree to carry out the recommendation as stated in the letter?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hang out of right. Okay, 7326E and 7426E.
Which one? Oh, okay. 70, it's a cell. It's a- Page 6.
They're coming.
Okay, good morning. We're still in morning.
Morning.
This needs to go into the. Okay, so can I have the applicant and witnesses raise their right hand, including? Thank you. Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and accurate?
Yes.
And do you swear that, for the applicant, do you swear that your testimony today will be, I'm sorry. Do you swear that your application as submitted continues to be true and accurate?
Yes.
And Counselor, can you introduce your witnesses, your applicant, and give us a brief overview?
Absolutely. So my name is Nick Fatikas, one of the attorneys at Jim Banks's office. I'm here on behalf of the applicant Corey Faulkner and our project architect Jillian Agdrin. The subject property is located at 19 South LaSalle. It is an irregularly shaped 14,730 square foot lot, and it's improved with a 16-story multi-unit retail and office building. The subject property was actually recently designated as a Chicago landmark. It was originally constructed in 1893 and was the YMCA headquarters. It is a transit-served location based on its proximity to the CTA station at Wells and Washington and several designated bus routes. While the building's ground floor retail units have been mostly occupied, the office space above has been almost entirely vacant. So in order to put that space to use, the applicant is proposing to convert floors 4 through 16 to 175 residential units. To do that, we're seeking variations to reduce the open space requirement for the residential units, as well as reduce the TSL window transparency requirement. And again, the relief in this case is directly related to the irregular lot size and shape, and more importantly, the lot line to lot line footprint and massing of the existing 16-story building. We simply don't have the ability to modify the structure because of the landmark designation. Again, I've introduced my witnesses, and we're happy to answer any questions you or the committee members have.
I have a few. So my first question is there any, well, first of all, is this rent for rental or for condos?
Rent.
Okay. And is there any affordability included in this?
So there's no legal affordable requirement. We are providing a range of rents along with a range of unit sizes. And we've discussed that with Alderman Conway's office as well. The property was already zoned DC 16. And we, through the landmark process, that does not trigger an additional affordable requirement. So it's and there's no TIF funds or any other trigger.
And the rent range in units, obviously they correspond, but so what is the range?
So we have a mix of studios, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. The studios range around 2,000 per month. The 1 bedrooms are around 2,500, and the 2 bedrooms are for 2s, 2,900.
And I actually forgot to double check this, but in the original, the application is originally submitted, it kept referring to efficiencies. Is that what you mean by the studios?
So what happened is, as part of the program, and actually this is one of Alderman Conway's initiatives, in the downtown districts in the -16, you can seek what's called a minimum lot area exemption because the occupancy of the building, trying to put more units in and not be limited by the MLA, it requires notice to the alderman, notice to the administrator, and that's actually why we sought the continuance last time, to be able to make sure that our plan set matched our project description. So after our filing or refiling, we re-noticed with the correct unit totals based on that that's within the last 6 months, a new ordinance to allow some of these larger office buildings to have a little bit more flexibility in terms of unit count. And I'd also point out that as part of our programming with the Landmarks Department, not to go off topic on the affordability, but the first floor is going to remain retail. It's actually the only part of the building that's been occupied consistently. The 2 floors above are going to be essentially a boutique hotel. It's a historic building. It's beautiful on the inside. It needs some work, but it's a really cool opportunity to offer, and that's all permitted under code. It's the floors above that trigger the variations because of the establishment of new residential units in the building.
Right, but so explain to me though, the terminology, did the efficiency terminology stay in the final application and what did it mean?
So the efficiency is based on the unit size, and what the MLA exemption allowed us to do was reconfigure and make the units a little bit larger so that instead of having efficiency units, it's now a mix of studio, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
And not as many 2 bedrooms. Those are on kind of the higher floors
Mhm.
where the building footprint changes a little bit.
Mhm.
But again, it was trying to rework the units into the existing floor plate.
Okay, so that language is taken out and now it's specific to one
Now they're all
studio, 1 or
classified.
2 bedroom.
I'm sorry, now they are all classified as dwelling units under the code.
Okay, thank you. And my other question was whether all tenants, regardless of what unit they were in, will they have, will the building amenities for tenants be accessible to them? And is there any conflict of accessibility between the hotel, people coming to the hotel and the people who are living in the building? Like the rooftop, is that available to everybody or is it restricted to tenants or is it restricted to hotel or what have you?
So it's a little bit on a case-by-case basis right now. All of the apartment tenants will have access to all the amenities. There's a gym and there's on the 5th and 6th floor, it's a co-working library type space. It was originally the YMCA basketball court that
Oh, nice.
our wonderful architects came up with the idea to recreate that basketball court by opening up a double height space to pull out some of the architectural elements. That co-working space, we're kind of undecided if the hotel residents will have
Mhm.
access to it, but the apartment tenants definitely will. And very likely the roof deck will be accessible by everyone in the building.
Okay. All right, and the last question was just the loading, is that, you have a little space there on the side of the building, is that right?
Yes, so there's a portion at the rear of the building that we reorganized to make sure that we met a code required on-site loading. It's also important to note that because of the landmark designation, technical compliance with parking and loading are waived because of the landmark
Right,
building.
that's why I was
So we are
wondering.
providing a functional space that at the rear of the building off that alley configuration.
And maybe, if you don't mind, Steve,
Yeah.
if you could just give your name and address real quick, and I have a question for you.
Yes, Steve Valenziano. I'm with Alderman Conway's office.
I'm wondering, so this is not in the downtown area in your ward, obviously, every time we consider any of these transitions to transitional uses, there's always the same issue because, so my question to you is, are there any, has been there, I'm sure the alderman has thought about this, so has there been anything put in place or any procedures that you have in order to be able to address the question of loading and unloading when tenants are moving in or out?
I mean, yes, we work with CDOT, especially on this block in particular, because there's the construction that's going on with the Chase Tower over on Clark Street. And so part of Clark Street has been closed and will be closed again for another year or so. They're going to start working on the center lane. So that's affected the loading. And this project is also the construction of this project has affected the loading of the 20 South Clark building where the Girl Scouts are. So we've been working with them and CDOT to arrange for on-street loading. So the Girl Scout cookies could be delivered and everything else. And so we have worked extensively on this property and on this lot, or this block, to take care of those matters, and we continue to.
It is ongoing, I
Yeah.
get it. My mom used to live in New York City in Manhattan, and it was really a big deal, but, because there are no alleys in New York. Just wondering. Okay, so any other questions?
No, I just want to say that as a trustee for the YMCA, I am exceptionally happy that this building is being preserved. I think the history of the YMCA in Chicago is exceptionally important. Obviously, there's no financial incentive or anything. This is not owned or associated or affiliated with the YMCA in any way, but the history of the YMCA in Chicago is something that's very near and dear to me. And so I really appreciate that as a former employee of the YMCA, as a current trustee of the YMCA of Metropolitan Chicago, I'm very glad to see that this history is being preserved. And I think it's going to be, it will be a great addition to the ward.
Tim?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone else? All right.
I just wanted to add that the alderman, as I'm sure you're aware, is a strong proponent of the loop revitalization effort. This is, I think, the seventh building that we're going to have. We have of the original six LaSalle Street revitalization projects, we have five. This one has not received any TIF dollars. It works well with the recently renewed central area plan that was released, calling for public open space. The idea is to revitalize, to reactivate Arcade Place here. You notice that the archway is gone. It's actually attached to the back of the building currently. I think one of the delivery trucks for 20 South hit it sometime, but anyways, it's going to come back. And this will lead to a great reuse of that little pocket street along LaSalle Street. So the alderman strongly supports this application.
If there's nothing else, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Bailey.
Yes.
Yes.
Matters approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. We will take a 5-minute recess. That work?
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Over June 12th.
Probably should have gone to the bathroom. Oh, well. Oh, yes, sorry. Yep. We're,
We didn't separate with it.
okay, we're back in session. Victor, call our next case.
178, 45, 14 West University Avenue.
Wait a minute, where are we? Got it. Got it. 178.
Yeah, 178, 26. Yeah, 178. You said it right.
Yeah, I misheard you. I misheard you. Mixed up the 6. You're busy today. I know what I want. Okay, so can I get your, the applicant and witnesses to please raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony today will be true and correct? And for
Yes.
the applicant,
Yes,
do you swear that your application is submitted continues to be true and correct?
I do. Yes.
Okay, great. And Counselor, introduce your folks and give us a brief overview.
Perfect. Again, for the record, Nick Fatikas from the Law Offices of Sam Banks. I'm here with me today on behalf of the applicant is Nicole Kress, our project architect, Jennifer Thorstensen, and our MAI appraiser, Mr. Sylvester Kerwin. The applicant actually operates over 140 Burger King restaurants in the state of Illinois. That includes the subject location at 4514 West Diversey. The applicant actually took control of the site back in 2014. And it's our understanding that the Burger King restaurant had operated with a drive-through for many years prior to that. We're now proposing to reorganize the drive-through lane by incorporating a double order
Yeah,
lane. That double order lane will then converge back into a single service lane, but because we're modifying the existing driveway, the special use is required because we're in a C1-1 zoning district. Operations won't change other than the dual order capacity at through the drive-through. The store will effectively remain the same. We are reorganizing some of the parking on site consistent with the plans, and that was done in coordination with zoning review with the planning department. Again, our team's here if you have any questions about the proposal.
Okay, thank you. I do actually have my regular concern about sound and nearby residential property, and I saw that you're bordered by 3 streets and an alley. But on the other side of the alley are housing. So, and you're adding in another sound in that second lane, which I really can't tell how that sound would be over there. So I'm wondering what your evaluation is, if you've had any complaints in the future, what kind of sound modification exists either at the alley or in the actual sound system
The box
itself.
itself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay to answer?
No, please do.
Run.
So thank you for the question. Absolutely understand the concern, and I can assure you that we have this in most of our Burger Kings, and we absolutely have a box that allows us to adjust the volume. So if for some reason it's turned up too loud, we have the ability to manually adjust it to lower it should we have any kind of situations where the guest would be upset, or excuse me, I was
Right.
about to call them customers, the neighbors would be upset based off of that, as well as the way the speaker is actually lower, it actually hits the vehicle. So the nice thing is it kind of reverbs right there. It's not going up and
Mhm.
over the vehicles.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, I make a move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley,
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
West Ontario.
We do or we don't? Oh, yeah, we do. We do. Well, wait a minute. We live next door. Okay, that's fine.
Anybody here for 401 West Ontario? Speak.
Okay. Okay.
All the way at the end.
Okay.
Public comment.
I'm a little confused about that, but apparently. All right, so can I have the applicant and witnesses please raise your right hands? Do you, Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and accurate? And for the applicant, do you swear that your application this is another swearing. Do you swear that your this is for the applicant. Do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
I do.
Okay. All right, so we need an introduction of everyone and brief overview.
Great. Again, for the record, Nick Fatikas from the Law Offices of Sam Banks. Here with me this morning on behalf of the applicant is Drew Friested, our project architect, Benjamin West, and our MAI designated appraiser, Joe Ryan. Also available to testify on behalf of the applicant's team is Jonathan McCulloch. The subject property is located at 401 West Ontario. It's a uniquely kind of positioned and shaped zoning lot. It measures 130 feet wide by 100.5 feet deep, and it's improved with a 4-story orange rated building. The applicant purchased the property from a receiver because it had actually failed as an office building. The existing anchor tenant occupying the 4th floor, we learned, filed for bankruptcy recently and is going through a process of liquidation. Based on these difficult market conditions, the applicant is proposing to adapt and reuse the existing building and convert it to a 57-unit apartment building. In order to do that, we're seeking a special use to permit residential uses below the building's 2nd floor, and that's because the property is located in a DX7 zoning district. And then also in order to comply with the residential requirements, we're seeking alternative compliance for the minimum on-site open space, as well as a parking reduction. In this case, the irregular lot size and shape, the footprint of the building on the lot, its orange rating with landmarks kind of all together create the practical difficulties the requested variations would overcome for the specific adaptive reuse program. There were 2 corrections I wanted to make in working with staff. The total number of required bicycle parking spaces to offset the parking reduction is 44. Those are correctly shown on the plan set. I just want to make that note for the record. And then the second one is there's an alley to the west of the subject property that's shown in the photos as well as the survey. That alley is actually a private alley. In our hearing packet, I refer to it in error as a public alley. It said alley and I ran with it, and I'm sorry for any confusion on that point, but it is a private alley between our building and the building to the west. With those corrections on the record, we're happy to answer any questions you or the board members have.
Okay. Do the board members have any questions? So I want to go to the public comment and then we give you a chance to respond or whatever. So can you state your name and address, and then we'll put 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. So good morning. My name's Arpan Shaw, and I live at 411 West Ontario. It's immediately next door to the property at 401. I think my unit was actually shown in some of the pictures that was shown on the screen just a second ago. I'm not against the redevelopment at all, but I do respectfully oppose 18026S and both parts of 18126Z. I'm here to representing myself and not my buildings association. The reason I'm opposing these motions is that they're not small technical adjustments, and if you take them all together, I think this really changes the composition of the neighborhood quite a bit. The hardships being claimed are all self-imposed, and they're not unique to this building. Our building and every other loft building on that street has the same considerations and factors. And so from my perspective, I think there's a choice being made here to pursue a high density residential conversion. I think the parking spaces being 0 is going to impact the rest of the neighborhood. I also have some concern that the proximity of this building to the casino is going to lead to a change in the neighborhood's overall characteristics, and it's going to incentivize short-term rentals and more transient occupancy. So more move-ins, more move-outs. I also think that having 0 open space or common space is going to lead to just more loitering and spill over into the streets. This area is near, this property is near a children's park, daycares, and early education centers. And so I'm just like worried about folks moving in and out, changing the composition of the neighborhood. Again, I'm not opposed to reasonable redevelopment, but I just feel as though these specific requests are just self-imposed. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor.
Without opening up a debate, I do want to go through a few things for the record. The first is, I understand that this objection is based on an individual unit owner. Earlier today, the condo association as a whole withdrew its objection based on a good neighbor agreement that we had negotiated. It came down to the last minute. We were on a Zoom call at, I believe, 8:45 last night and emailing back and forth with the condo association's attorney this morning prior to hearing. We had an agreement, or we came to an agreement, and the objection was withdrawn. Regarding the hardships, I respectfully disagree that these are self-imposed. We're attempting to adapt and reuse an existing 4-story orange-rated building. We're not maximizing the density. The DX7 zoning would actually support 90 total residential units. We don't have the physical space to put 90 units in the 4-story building. We'd have to build an addition on top of it, which would trigger a potential challenge from landmarks because preservation of the 4-story loft building is part of our program. Regarding the parking reduction, we have a similar issue. It's a 1925 loft construction 4-story building. While it does have non-compliant parking in the basement today that would serve about 6 spaces that would serve the building above, in order to make those fire rated for residential occupancy, we would have to remove significant portions of the first floor and then reconstruct those. So that's more than just, that's not self-created. That's a practical difficulty in meeting code. Because we're transit serve location eligible, we're able to reduce the parking down to 0. I'd also point out that, as I referenced in my introduction, there's a shared driveway between the condo association to the west and our building. By waiving our parking requirement, there's now even less of a potential conflict 3 years from now when the building's at full occupancy for cars coming, using that alley and turning into our building versus their building. We're not going to generate any, beyond construction, any new traffic in that alley because we don't have a parking provided for our residential units. Lastly, I can't really speak to the proximity of the casino. That's something it's a separate zoning matter. I do think, the open space is another function of the existing structure that we have to maintain. The orange rating, we would have to project the current elevator shaft into or above the roof line, along with 2 means of ingress and egress, stairwells, to be able to use the roof, excuse me, as open space, as an alternative open space. That would change the character of the building and require landmarks to go through its process because those features don't exist today. In consideration of that, we're providing a 5,000 square foot tenant amenity space within the building so that we can offset, again, the technical reduction of the open space. It's not because we want to, it's because we have a 4-story orange rated loft building that we're attempting to maintain.
Yeah,
Please.
sure.
In response to the concern about short-term rentals.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Can I
Go
jump
ahead,
in?
yeah.
I'm sorry, that was something that was negotiated from day one with Alderman Riley's office. It is a non-starter with the alderman. It would require an administrative approval from the alderman's office that we knew on day one we will never get. It's not part of our program. We don't want short-term rentals. This is going to function as an apartment building, not a short-term stay.
It's also part of the good neighbor agreement that we signed with his condo association, which prevents short-term rentals.
So that means there have to be leases of at least a year?
30 days and over, and we are prevented from, renting Airbnbs, VRBOs, and so forth.
Got it.
Yeah, so it can't be listed on a platform. And again, the legal definition is a lease for less than 30 days.
Okay.
But that's, we're looking for year-to-year leases, not.
No, I understand. I just didn't know what that meant in this instance. I guess the one question I had was about where's the loading and unloading going to be if you're not using the private
So,
alley?
Ben, if you could.
Yes, there is a existing loading area located off of Ontario Street in the front of the building. It'll be expanded as part of the renovations to the
Mhm.
building. It doesn't meet the dimensional requirements that zoning puts in place for loading. So that'll be expanded to be fully compliant, and all of the move in, move out, and trash will
Mhm.
be handled from that loading space. There should be no, impact to the street.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? In that case, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, did we get the special use on the record for that one? Is there a special, there was one. All right, so wait, so the applicant. Yeah, but they also, so the approval is recommended for the record, but it is also provided that it's consistent with the design and layout of the plans and drawings. Can I just get the applicant to tell me that?
Drew, can you come back down?
Sorry.
No, no problem.
That up front.
Yeah.
There was an objector, so. For the record, yes, loudly. Thank you. West Huron. Morning.
Good morning.
Okay. You're the applicant, I presume?
I am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and accurate?
Yes.
And do you swear that the application is submitted continues to be true and accurate?
Yes.
And can you just give us your name and address?
Roymond Hepburn, 831 North Maplewood Avenue, Unit 3, Chicago, Illinois, 60622.
Thank you. Counselor?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mike Noonan with Burke, Warren, McKay, and Saratella PC at 330 North Wabash, 21st floor. I'm here today with Roymond Hepburn, managing member of Hepburn Development Group LLC, the applicant and owner of the property located at 2651 West Huron Street. Mr. Hepburn is also a licensed architect, and he can serve as an architect. He's serving as architect of record for the project. If you have any questions for him in his professional capacity, we can swear him in as an expert if you'd like.
Well, I think it's enough for the record.
Okay, thank you. So we are here today seeking two variations for the property at 2651 West Huron. One is to reduce the rear yard setback to 0 and the side yard setbacks to 0 for portions of the lot, and another variation to reduce the rear yard open space to 0. The applicant is proposing to construct a 2-unit residential building. He and his family plan to live in one of the units, and the other will be rented. Subject property is in an irregularly shaped and sized lots, so variations are required to design and construct a marketable and comfortable building. The property is on a non-standard lot measuring 25 feet by approximately 75 feet, but it's approximately 50 feet more shallow than the standard lot. And furthermore, the property is irregularly shaped due to a diagonal alley running behind the property. Because of the non-standard shape and size, the property has remained vacant for at least 20 years. I can provide further details if the board wishes. Otherwise, we are available for questions.
Okay. Anything? We don't have any public comment, do we? Can't tell. Okay. Okay, well, I don't think we have any questions for you, so I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter's approved.
Thank you.
Good luck in your new home.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so, you're the client, I assume? Did you raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony today will be true and correct? And do you testify that the application is submitted continues to be true and correct? And can you state your name and address?
Doriana Isufi.
Okay. And, Counselor?
Morning, Joseph
Morning.
Zaccardi.
Okay, do you want to give us a very brief overview?
Absolutely, thank you. As she indicated, this is Doriana Isufi. She's the owner of Chicago Bakeology, which does business as Viosa Cafe and Events, located at 1010 West 35th Street in Chicago. The Viosa Cafe operates as a neighborhood cafe currently, primarily serving morning and early afternoon clientele. The applicant seeks a variation to establish a public place of amusement license to provide music, some DJ events, really corporate events, wedding receptions, those types of things, so that she can utilize the space either at late afternoons and evenings that will allow maximum use and of the space, given its current economic condition. That's very important for the continued sustainability and use. Given that the property is within 125 feet of a residential district, we need this variation in order to be able to get that permitted use. With that, be happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
So just for clarity, you're a cafe in morning till early afternoon, I assume. And now what you want to do is, in addition to that, have events after those hours.
Correct. Creating like small classes and small, events.
Okay. Afternoon and early evening.
Right.
Any other questions?
I just want to confirm, there's no external facing speakers or anything outside of the building. It's all
Ma'am,
internal.
It's all
Oh,
internal, yes.
Thank you.
We do all the baking here for all of our, bakeries.
Okay.
So we just want to do like some private events.
So you also bake there for your other bakeries?
Viosa Cafe.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the cupcake,
It's primarily cupcakes and
Cupcakes,
pastry
yeah.
types, and so they're bakeries there.
So we can serve, champagne with cupcakes and stuff like that.
All right. Right. We should check it out. Okay. So anyone else? I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds. Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes. The matter's approved.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a great weekend.
Case 7, 2016, 188, 2016, 1216 North Marion Court.
Oh, back again. You're getting your exercise this morning, just walking back and forth.
I'll take it, though.
Okay, can I get the applicant and witness to please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony before us today will be true and correct? And for the applicant, do you swear that your application as submitted continues to be true and correct? Okay, so Counselor, can you introduce your folks and then give us a brief overview?
Yes, absolutely. So again, Nick Fatikas from the law offices of Sam Banks. For the record, I am here on behalf of the applicant and property owner, AZ United Developments LLC. The managing member of that applicant, Mr. Mohammed Atef, is sitting to my right. And then our project engineer, Mike Cox, is also present. We have our general contractor, Abdul Mohammed, also available to answer questions. He's been interfacing as part of the process with the Department of Planning and Development. The project in this case involves a 28.5 foot wide by 107 foot deep lot, so 18 feet shorter than a standard city lot. And it's also a through lot with no alley access and 2 technical street frontages. Marion Court functions as the front and North Honore functions as the rear. The applicant is proposing to develop the property with a new single-family home. The new home will be supported by a detached garage at the rear, which will have a roof deck above it. In order to permit the project, the applicant is seeking variations to reduce the front setback from North Honore from 4.5 feet to 2 feet, reduce the front setback from North Honore for vehicle parking from 20 feet to 2 feet, and reduce the north side and combined side setbacks ultimately down to 0. Each request is directly related to the substandard lot depth dimension and the through lot condition. It's also important to note that the proposed front and rear orientations will follow the pattern of development on the block. And lastly, if we go to the site plan, although we're seeking reductions on the north and side setbacks and a combined side setback to 0, the home was designed with over 3 feet of south side setback and 3 feet on the north side. It's just the footprint of the garage with the roof deck that encroaches into the side setbacks. And that's an issue in this case, not only because of the through lot condition, because we're treated as having 2 fronts, not a rear. Otherwise, the design would comply with the spirit of a standard 25 by 125 lot. Happy to answer any questions you or the commissioners have.
Is this my only question is this going to be owner occupied or is this for sale? Okay, thank you.
For sale.
Yeah. Any other questions? No. Okay, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Morning.
Hello.
Can I have the applicant and witness raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and correct?
I do.
I do.
And for the applicant, do you swear that the application is submitted continues to be true and correct?
Correct, I do.
Thank you. So, yeah, do your thing here. Introduce your witness and applicant and then a brief overview.
Thank you. For the record, my name is Nick Fatikas. I'm one of the attorneys at the law offices of Sam Banks. I'm here on behalf of the applicant Arsalan Hamidi. And with us today is Arsalan as well as our project architect, John Hanna. Chair, is a little bit of housekeeping. We actually had an on-site meeting with our immediate neighbors yesterday and made a few changes to the plan set. The changes made stay within the scope of the variations and actually reduced some of the proposed or projected sightlines at the rear of the property where the proposed addition is going. I submitted a copy of the updated plan set that was agreed upon by the neighbors as well as shared with the alderman's office. Based on that, I'm not aware of an objection. And also, I believe the alderman's office had issued a letter of support. I understand the letter of support came after the posting deadline, so I'm not asking to admit it, but I just wanted to give some feedback or background on the process over literally the last 2 days. So again, the scope of the variations didn't change. We made some design adjustments to accommodate concerns raised by the neighbor. In this case, though, what we're proposing to do, and if you can keep it on the survey, there's a section of the home, the existing structure that's currently not there. It's the south side. It's that rectangle at the south rear of the building. What we're attempting to do is square off the building so that it's a single-family home with that additional living space. In order to do that so that we follow existing building wall lines, we have to reduce all of the setbacks because it's all considered new construction. We're also proposing an attached garage at the rear. In this case, because of the substandard lot depth dimension, that's the hardship triggering it. We're working with the footprint of the existing building as well as the limited space. The garage will replace what's shown as a stone patio on the survey. So in working with the neighbors, we do have the agreed upon plan set that's been submitted to staff. It retains the same exact relief request for north side, south side, and combined side setback reductions to 0, a rear setback reduction to 0, and then relocating 144.38 square feet of open space to the roof deck proposed above the garage at the rear of the lot. I think I've gone through the plan set as best I can. If there are any questions that you or the board members have, happy to answer them now.
Questions? Okay. Is this an owner occupied property? That's where you live?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If there's no other questions, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're talking about 75 square feet. Later, no, there is actually an issue. Okay. Morning. So may I have the applicant witness?
I'm the applicant, architect.
Okay, applicant and witness, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that your testimony today will be true and correct? And for the applicant, do you swear that the application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Correct.
Great, thank you. Counselor, please introduce your witness and applicant and give us a brief overview.
All right, thank you again. For the record, Fred Augustin, here on behalf of the applicant, Lucaven Group LLC. The applicant owns the property at 2012 South Des Plaines Street. Property measures 30 feet wide, but it's only 98 feet deep. Property is currently vacant. The applicant is proposing to redevelop the property with a new 3-story building containing 3 units, as well as 3 off-street parking spaces. Applicant is seeking a variation to reduce the minimum lot area from 3,000 square feet to 2,900 square feet. Here with me this morning on behalf of the applicant, Conrad Sinkowitz, and our project architect, Peter Hensler. And if I could just add, property is only 98 feet deep, shorter than a standard city lot that's 125 feet deep. Had it been a standard city lot with the current RT4 zoning, the applicant could build a 3-unit building as of right, but since we are short, hence the variation for the minimum lot area. So we're here to answer any questions the board may have for us.
Any questions? So for the record, we're talking about 75 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley,
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Here? He's here. But I need to check.
Sixty forty-seven West Miami. Rudy Ortega.
Right hand. Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and correct?
Yes.
And do you swear that your application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. You want to give us an overview of what you're asking for here?
I'm seeking a variance for a setback
For what reason?
for a shed in addition to the garage. Little pump out.
Right.
Yeah, I reviewed it. I don't know.
Okay, so it's for a fence deal. Oh, okay.
I do have one question. Is the fence already constructed at 6 feet, or are you adding a new fence?
No, there's existing fence when I bought the property, so that fence was.
Okay, so it's 6 feet tall now, and effectively you're trying to,
Setback. Yeah.
okay, got it.
Okay. Are there any questions?
No.
No? All right. In that case, I move that we approve this matter. This is where you live, right?
Yes.
I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's Nick again. He's very busy today. He made his entire salary for the week, for the month. What? He just said he did. Well,
He just lied under oath. You here to public comment or?
But it's public comment, right? Yeah. Hmm? Okay, and that you're from the Alderman's office, in which case, yeah, so we'll swear you in. We'll swear you both in. All right, so can I have everyone who is either an applicant or witness, raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony today will be true and correct?
Yes.
And for the applicant, do you swear that who's the applicant? Do you swear that your application as submitted continues to be true and correct?
I do so affirm.
Okay, and Counselor, can you, we'll get the other witnesses at, when we get to that. But can you identify your applicant and witnesses?
Sure. Our primary witnesses this morning are the property owner, on behalf of the property owner, Michael Strict, and our project architect, Anna Wolf. And Chairman, to kind of jump right into this case, the subject property is located at 7742 South Kingston. It's zoned RT4, and it measures 30 feet wide by 124.3 feet deep. It's improved with a three-story, 4-unit residential building. Now, Mr. Strict purchased the property in 2011. At the time, all 4 units were physically there. He purchased a 4-unit building. In approximately 2016, he was cited by the city over the issue of an unpermitted 4th unit. So the city's position was one of the 4 units was not properly permitted. In doing our own independent research when the issue was raised, our project architect was able to find a 2004 building permit, which showed essentially a duplex down configuration, so a permit issued, but the duplex obtained by a prior property owner never occurred. They just put in a separate apartment unit. So we were stuck kind of holding the bag and trying to find a way toward compliance. And there have been multiple rounds of review with the court-ordered inspections to comply all of the other violation issues at the property. And as of today, this is the only issue, that the unit count issue is the only remaining issue that needs to be solved for. So the only way for us in order to legalize the 4th unit is to seek a variation reducing the minimum lot area requirement in the R4 zoning district. It requires 1,000 square feet per unit, and so 4,000 square feet total, and we're at 3,728.55 feet. So we're within that 10% gap that's allowed as a variation. To put it another way, if our property were 4.5 feet wider and 4.5 feet deeper, we would have 4,000 square feet, and we wouldn't be in front of the board this morning. There are no proposed changes to the physical structure, the massing of the building. The footprints remain the same. The height of the building stays the same. The only change is a legal 4th unit replacing an unpermitted basement unit. The property does have a garage parking at the rear. That will remain as well. I want to be clear. I know we had an opportunity to review the alderman's position statement, his objection statement in this case. We understand his rationale for not opting into the ADU program. That we're not challenging it, but I think that where we're having a bit of a disagreement is we're not asking for an ADU. That's a separate building permit application under a relatively new ordinance. we're using the variation option to permit the correct number of units in the building. And the only reason we're able to do that is because we have an irregular lot. The reason most, from a planning perspective, RT4 zoning is associated with a 3-flat is because a standard lot has 3,100 square feet of lot area. So it only permits 3 units. We get that. It makes sense. But because we have a wider lot and a larger lot area total, we're eligible to bring that existing unit into legal compliance. I, again, am happy to bring or to answer any questions or question my witnesses. I'll kind of follow your lead on whether that's necessary or not.
I would think, unless any of the other commissioners want to ask any questions now, that we go to the other witnesses and then we'll come back. So if you could identify yourself and then.
Okay. Quanchaize, that was Quanchaize for the record. I am a legislative aide to Alderman Gregory Mitchell of the 7th Ward, and I'm just here on his behalf emphasizing that he is strongly opposed to this application. He has submitted a opposition letter, I believe it was Tuesday, right at the cutoff for the notice.
We received.
Okay, great. So, yeah, I'm just here to emphasize on his behalf that he is against the application. We have brought an officer who can speak to the issues in that specific corridor. So as the attorney stated, he is in general opposed to the ADU ordinance. But specifically on this corridor on Kingston, there are some significant public safety issues. That's why we brought Officer Rivera Martinez. Okay. Officer Martinez from the 4th District to speak to those problems in that Kingston corridor and all the issues that the board is experiencing. So even with what was said on the applicant's behalf, the alderman would still be opposed to the application. Would request that the board deny it.
Officer Martinez, did you want to?
Chairman, just for the record, I want to make sure that we, as the applicant, there was no separate registration or information provided on behalf of the police department. Certainly don't object to him making a public comment, but I want to make sure that the record reflects whether or not he's an interested party or a public commenter.
So the letter from the alderman included the crime statistics. So I actually.
But nothing more, no new information can be presented. That's as long as
Yeah,
we
I
stay to the
understand
four
what you're
corners of that letter, I have no objection.
Well, he can as a public, yeah. Oh, okay. As a, show me. So as a city employee, he is able to give us this information, what information we require, or he decides to give us. So.
Yes, my name is Officer Martinez, star 14358. And again, I'm only discussing the information that is public and available regarding the 7700 block of Kingston. With the Alderman's office of not approving the addition of the 4th dwelling. This block alone already does lead in the corridors of 74 to 7900 block of Kingston in batteries, burglaries, persons with a gun, and shots fired calls for that corridor, respective to each of those blocks. So the increase of dwelling, bringing more citizens into the area, into an unsafe area, and the occupancies of the Chicago Police Department already very scarce in that area would make it unsafe. And that being our number one priority for sanctity of life. That is our stand and what the numbers would represent for that area.
Do you have information with regards to this particular building?
With the particular building, we did have 6 calls of service just in the last 4.5 months of this year for 2026.
What was the nature of those calls?
Well, I can't go into pure details with that.
No, 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 I mean the categories of them.
Those I don't have it for me. That's all. Thank you.
And this is, as I understand it, not actually an additional unit. It's a unit that already has been there as a unit. Someone been living in it?
Yes.
This is about making something that has been, making a unit that exists a legal unit with all of the qualifications that we were given. But, so it's not adding somebody. So it would be, so what would be the impact of forcing one less person on the block from living there who already is, given?
My only understanding of my purpose here is to support the Alderman's office in declining this dwelling. So my own understanding of that would be if the dwelling was to be removed, these individuals would have to be removed.
Counselor?
Chairman, if I could briefly conclude, I agree with the position that we are trying to maintain the existing unit total and bring that into compliance. We're not looking to add more than what's already at the property. And I also think that it's a little bit of a stretch to say that the source of crime in an unsafe area is directly related to whether or not we have 3 or 4 legal units in our building, especially when the at-issue unit is already occupied in our building. My last comment, if you could please just go to the aerial zoning map. This is a multi-unit area. The building, there are several apartment buildings. We provided photos of the surrounding area. This is a multi-unit area. What we're asking for is consistent and compatible with multi-unit housing and zoning in that area. I'd point two properties to the south is an S-shaped, larger density apartment. I'm not challenging that it isn't a tough neighborhood, but to say that the crime in the neighborhood is directly related to whether or not we have 3 or 4 legal units in our building, I cannot agree with that conclusion.
No, I understand. I guess I was trying to understand when I asked about the categories is I know from my own experience that calls people I don't know if this is still true, but when someone calls from a location, that's what's identified. So it's not necessarily about that location. Can you tell from this information you have with you whether these were calls, the 4, whatever you said, the 4 to 6, the 6 calls, I think you said, were those about that location or were they calls that were made from that location?
That information I don't have before me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think maybe we will take this under advisement and we'll take the matter under advisement and we'll get back to you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question heard.
Thanks for your patience. Last column.
Good morning. Can I have the applicant and witnesses please raise your right hand? Do you swear that your testimony before us today will be true and accurate?
I do.
And for the applicant? Do you swear that your application as submitted continues to be true and accurate?
I do.
Okay, Counselor, can you introduce your applicant and witnesses and then give us a very brief overview?
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. My name is Patrick Turner. I represent the applicant, Diamonds, Inc. To my immediate right is Oscar Valencia Sr., and to his right is Oscar Valencia Jr. As you couldn't tell, they look identical.
Yeah, right, right. And change the color hair, right?
So the applicant is seeking to establish a valuable objects dealer at the subject property, which is located in the C1-1 Neighborhood Commercial District. Oscar Valencia Sr. is the manager and sole member of the applicant and has been in the jewelry business for over 30 years. The applicant has been operating for more than 17 years in its existing location at 68 East Madison in the heart of Jewelers Row. The applicant will relocate its existing business, production and operations from the Loop location to the subject property, which will serve as its main headquarters. The applicant met with and has the support of Alderman Quinn, and also met with the 8th District Police Commander Brian Sprian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I always butcher that name, to discuss safety and security measures. The applicant also presented its project before the B13-B33 BEAT group, which is like a CAPS group. We attended that meeting. And then lastly, there is a letter of recommendation from the DPD. We are
Yes.
here to answer any other questions.
Yes, there is a letter of recommendation from the Department of Planning and Development. They provided that the special use is solely to the applicant and it consistent with the design and layout submitted. Have you read the letter? And do you agree to carry out these two requirements? Thank you. Anyone else? In that case, I move that we approve this matter. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Okay. Huh? Yes, I move that we go into closed session. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni?
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Staley?
Yes.
Commissioner Soto?
Yes.
I vote yes, we're in closed session. Woo-hoo. Okay. What do I do here? By myself.
Yeah. I don't do anything. It's true. That's funny.
Okay. Let me just get my like. Okay, so, good afternoon. I move that we convene, the zoning board of appeals meeting, right, we are going to return from open session. Thanks, I looked at the wrong thing. We're going to, return from closed session to open session. Commissioner Soto, Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, we are in open session. Okay, so, I move that we approve application number 17126-S. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, the matter is approved. I move that we approve 16-26-Z. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
The matter is approved. We've already moved the approval of all the continuances. Therefore, I move that we recess until 2 p.m. Commissioner Soto seconds, Commissioner Gianni,
Yes.
Commissioner Hobbs,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Soto.
Yes.
I vote yes, we are now in recess.